Hello students, in my previous video I will describe about radicals and its types. Today in this video we discuss about molecular formula. We all know that compounds are pure substance which are made up of two or more atoms combined in definite ratio by weight. And here we define the pure substance made up of two or more atoms combined in definite ratio by weight. As for example, water is compound, salt is compound, glucose is compound. Other we can write copper sulfate is compound. Several compounds are found which are made from two or more atoms. These compounds are made up of smaller tiny particles which possesses characteristic of all these compounds which are called molecule. And how we define that molecule? Smallest particle of the compound which has free existence which has free existence found freely and having all the properties of that compound. As for example, water is compound and its smallest single molecule is also water. Suppose we represent it by one molecule of water. Common salt is compound and its simplest molecule represented by NaCl. It means molecules of compound is represented by symbol. That symbolic representation of molecules of the compound is called molecular formula. And here we write symbolic representation of molecules of the compound is called molecular formula. That molecular formula of compound contains a radical. It is made up of electropositive and electronegative radical. And here we discuss about how to write molecular formula. Molecular formula of the compound. We can write molecular formula of the compound by criss-cross method. Here we apply criss-cross method to write molecular formula. how we write molecular formula? Here we write molecular formula. We can write molecular formula by criss-cross method. And in this method, at first what we need, any name of compound is needed. Suppose sodium chloride is chemical compound. And how we write molecular formula of that compound? Here we should know about the radicals present in it. Every compound are composed of two radicals, electropositive radicals and electronegative radicals. By same way, at first represent that is called electropositive and second representation is here electronegative. The sodium is electropositive, sodium is metal, chloride is electronegative. And while writing molecular formula, at first we identify radicals present in it. So sodium and chloride are the radicals here. Sodium is represented by Na, chloride is represented by Cl, and we know that valency of sodium is 1. And how we know that? We should learn it. After that here, chloride is represented by 1. And then we apply criss-cross method. And here, firstly we write sodium, chloride, and then we exchange valency. Here both having same valency and 1, therefore no need to write. Similarly, we write another formula. Suppose we consider the next compound is here hydrogen sulfate. Here also two radicals are given, hydrogen and sulfate. Hydrogen represented by H, sulfate represented by SO4. Hydrogen having valency 1 and sulfate having valency 2. Here dissimilar valencies are found, and then we apply criss-cross method, and here H and SO4. Valency of sulfate 2 goes with hydrogen and 1 goes to sulfate, and in this way we can write molecular formula of compound by criss-cross method. Similarly, we assume another radicals, the compound here, suppose calcium hydroxide. While writing molecular formula, firstly we should know about calcium is electropositive radical, hydroxide is electronegative radical. Valency of calcium is 2, hydroxide is 1. And here we apply criss-cross method. At first we write CaOH with calcium hydroxide valency is written 1, no need to write, with hydroxide 2. But when we write by this way, then it is called wrong. Why? Because that hydroxide is a compound radical, and while writing molecular formula of compound, if we have to write certain valency after compound radical, then it is essential to give bracket and then here we write 2. Why? Because here 2 represent only hydrogen, but this 2 represent oxygen and hydrogen both. Therefore, we should focus on point while writing valency after compound radical, we write bracket. But when there is no compound radical, then no need to write bracket. As for example, next we come right here. Suppose fourth compound is magnesium chloride. Magnesium represented by Mg, chloride by Cl. Magnesium having two valency, chloride having one valence, and then we apply criss-cross method. Magnesium and chloride. With magnesium one goes, no need to write. With chloride 2, here no need to write. If we write bracket, then it is insignificant. Therefore, directly write when there is simple radicals are there. And more about the common or molecular formula of some chemicals compound are definite, but these compounds are known by its common name, like a sulfuric acid. On that condition, we can't write by criss-cross method. We should know about sulfuric acid represent hydrogen sulfate. Hydrochloric acid represent hydrogen chloride. Ammonia, how we write ammonia? The nitrogen and hydrogen here criss-cross, then we get ammonia. In the next video, we discuss more about some common molecular formula and how to calculate molecule.